What is up, my felonious YouTube brethren? Today we're going to do an overview of 2024, what we've learned over the past 12 months, and what my kit will be going into 2025. What's up, guys? Wanted to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to the biggest supporter of the channel right now, which is you guys. Y'all viewing our content, liking the videos, and sharing the videos with your homies has helped us grow to what we are, and we couldn't have gotten this far without you guys. So thank you very much to everyone viewing the videos, and a special thanks to all my membership guys. We couldn't do it without you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for that. Big shout out to Dove Mounts. They are a huge supporter of the channel. Guys, if you're wanting to upgrade your pistol to become optics ready, but still keep your iron sights, they're the guys to look up. I can't tell you where to go, but if you give them a Google, you can find them. Go check them out. They have awesome prices. Their stuff is like absolute retarded chimpanzee strong. So you know that's basically a superhero. Go check them out and use discount code Goliath10 at checkout for 10% off, guys. All right, boys and girls, before we jump into this, although the next 4 years of America looks pretty promising based off the administration that we received, we're not out of the woods yet. Evil always runs amok, no matter who's in charge. So it's always smart to stay prepared.
Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions.
If you're new here to this channel, as I refine my process and my kit and my equipment, I like to share it with you guys to start conversations and engage each other in the thought process. Fathers, husbands, we all got relatives that we care for and we want to see do well. Staying on top of your kit, staying on top of your training is what's most important, so that if anything bad were to ever happen, that's just one less thing that you have to worry about, is protecting your loved ones. The first thing that we're going to talk about is carbine setup. And over the past 12 months, y'all have seen me test out a lot of different optics and a lot of different optical pairings. Over the past 12 months, optic setups that I have gravitated to the most, whether it's on a shorter style rifle, mid-range, have a similar setup like an SPR. This is an 18-inch. What I've been running the most and going to the most is some type of variable magnification optic paired with a red dot. That's going to be your standard GPR type setup, what everybody runs for a reason. So this one here is a 2.5 to 8 power mil-dot reticle, second focal plane. Not the greatest in the world, but for some reason this scope paired with the 18-inch barrel really lends itself to accuracy and extra horsepower. That's pretty much what this is designed for. is longer type engagements. I've got a Vortex Spark 2 riding on the 12 o'clock position, and that pretty much just covers both bases as far as stuff that is up close. And then if you need to reach out a little bit further, you just dip down a little bit further and boom. Now when it comes to what I'd like to call my main squeeze, I think that's what everybody calls them now, my go-to, you're going to see the similar trend. Up top, we've got a first focal plane 1-10 low power variable optic, and then we have a red dot on a 45-degree mount off to the side. So same principle as the 18-inch. We've got this for longer engagements, the ability to PID at longer distances. So when it comes to any kind of preparation, or if you have to rough it out in the woods, move from location to location, essentially all you husbands and fathers out there that aren't looking for a fight, running a similar optical pairing like this is going to be more than likely what's ideal, because we're not out there looking for the fight. We're looking to try and get away from the fight, because my 7-year-old's probably not going to be very good in a fight.
This kid's definitely on crack right now.
Yeah! Yeah!
Having the ability to PID at longer distances to figure out if something is friend or foe, but then also having the ability to drop down to absolute zero with the red dot and be able to do anything up close, it's extremely advantageous for a lot of different situations and a lot of different variables. Now, the next thing that we're going to roll into is packing out our backpack. Guys, everybody should have a backpack. If you're like me and you have an addiction, then you probably have too many backpacks. Backpacks are pretty simple. They are what they are. They is what they is. You put stuff in them. One thing that I like to keep rolled up in mine is just a simple boonie. This one I have net shoe glued to it. You can cut off little strands of paracord to run in there for tie downs, for foliage. Also, you can run jute, anything you want in there, but it's always good to have a boonie hat. But the main thing I wanted to cover is it is advantageous to have some sort of system that you can don for not cover but concealment. So whether that is one of those fancy ghillie tarps with the leaf patterns and the leaves hanging off of it and stuff like that, or some type of camouflage ghillie system that you can put on that will primarily help break up your outline. So as you can see with what I have on, I'm wearing just my regular camo range pants and a black hoodie. If something were to happen, this is essentially what I would be wearing. I'm not going to go full battle rattle, full uniform. Rolled up in my pack is essentially a homemade Cobra hood, and I cut this out of one of my buddy's uniform tops. And essentially what I did, I don't know if you can tell, but I cut it out to where it is essentially just the sleeves, and then it wraps around and velcros in the front. And for the camouflage system in the back, it's just like a typical homemade ghillie suit. So once again, just like the boonie, we shoe glued a bunch of net in the places that we wanted it, and then from there I attached my jute and my paracord tie downs, so I can attach foliage as needed, but it's not so huge and cumbersome as an entire fully donned ghillie suit. This is primarily designed to break up my shoulder outline. Paired with the boonie hat with the tie downs, I can get rid of my headline as well. The Cobra hood style ghillie stuff blends better with donning and doffing a backpack, and whether you run chest rig or plate carrier, it just they play well together. That pretty much covers the majority of what we're going to put in our pack. As you can tell, we still have quite a bit of space left in here, and I do that on purpose for odds and ends stuff, last minute mission specific equipment that might need to go in there, but also we've got room for extra water and food for sustainment, stuff like that, extra mags, anything admin, throw it all in there. So moving away from the backpack, now we're going to go to our main refueling device, which is going to be chest rigs and or plate carriers, whatever poison you pick. The rule of thumb for kit that you're wearing on your chest is going to be keep the fight on the chest, backpack for the rest. A lot of us guys that try and prepare for every scenario imaginable, we get a little carried away with putting too much stuff on our kit because we might need it for this, we might need it for that. And what I've learned over the past 12 months is that's what the backpack's for. We need to primarily focus on just primary weapon system and offensive capabilities sustainment, and that's it. This chest rig has the ability to run 5 mags, which I really like. Take my last mag out and I have my trauma kit stuffed in that. Essentially all that's on here is magazines, and then we've gone over it before. I've got a couple of little pouches here with odds and ends stuff that I might need firsthand in the field. And lastly, we have the gun belt, duty belt, war belt, battle belt, whatever you want to call it. Over the past 12 months, I've had a lot of stuff on this, and ultimately it has dwindled down to almost nothing on this. Obviously, I'm running a sidearm on here, Safari Land with my blicky. So I've got that. I run 1 pistol, 1 rifle, and then in the back, I've got a horizontal rifle mag pouch. And the reason why I've gone to running this is not only can I run a IFAK or medical supplies in here and run it as an IFAK specifically, but I can also pull that out as needed, and I can run 2 additional rifle mags in here if I so desire. Running the +2 rifle mags back here in the back, plus this, and then plus my chest rig, that's going to get me to 7 and or 8 rifle magazines, which is a typical combat loadout. So if stuff gets real hairy, that's what I can do. But for all intents and purposes, if I want, I can run medical, or I can put my Nintendo Switch in there. So as much weight as you can shave off of your hips, the better. Once again, that's what the backpack's for. Well guys, that's pretty much all she wrote for this one. This was an overview loadout video of what we have learned and refined over the past 12 months together. We still have a lot to learn, we still have a lot to do, but the main thing is keeping your mind focused, keeping it sharp, always refining, always getting better, always looking for the quickest and best way to skin the cat. And the results are downrange. So if you're trying something and it doesn't work and you're getting sloppy results, then it's time to make a change. It could be your skills and your proficiency that you need to work on. You need to work on body mechanics or presentation or whatever the case may be, but it could also very well be how your kit integrates with your body and your presentation and stuff like that. So when it comes to gunfighting and firearms stuff and kit, it is not a science, it's an art, and it is fluid. The industry is always changing, and the art of war is always changing, and so we need to have that mindset to always be changing, always be able to adapt. And for all my guys out there like me that are husbands and fathers, and you're responsible for little ones and other people, then you need to be on top of your game, and you need to hold yourself accountable to making sure all your stuff, regardless if you have all of this, none of this, some of this, whatever your situation is, you need to be on top of that, and you need to be able to rock and roll and kick ass at a moment's notice. Guys, I really appreciate you stopping by, watching the vid. I appreciate everything that you've done for me in the past year. I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff in 2025. I'm hoping to actually come out and meet a lot of you guys and get some training done, some real live human interaction. So thank you very much for everything that you've done for me. We'll catch you on the next one. DTW. Always push back.
Shut for 1 second.
Shut your mouth.
I needed someone
Wait,
to
shut your
work
mouth. Shut your mouth.